Welcome back to Real Florida Magazine. Today, we're going to take a closer look at the Wausau Possum Festival.
Welcome back. Still here at the 45th Annual Wausau Possum Festival. We've been here all day. We've said it again and again, and it bears repeating. This is typically the hottest day of the year, but we've been really fortunate today. It's been a little bit cooler than normal, certainly for the parade. Here now at the Possum Palace, there's activity all around us. The auction for the prize possums just getting ready to start. As a matter of fact, there's already been a few sales. Here right now with Steve Whittington, candidate for Clerk of Court in Washington County. Steve, I know as a longtime Washington County resident, you've been to the festival many times. How does this year stack up?
This year's awesome. Great turnout, great crowd, great people, just having a good time, going out, meeting a lot of folks, really enjoying the festival this year.
Some of the candidates ride on a float or in a vehicle for whatever reason, sometimes because of a physical malady, sometimes just out of laziness. You are just about running the course. I just got done saying it was a little cooler than normal, but it was still a warm day. You were sort of glistening out there.
Absolutely. I think this is my third, maybe fourth outfit for the day. But I did want to try to see as many people as possible, so I did work both sides of the parade route today. Hopefully I got to see everyone out here. We're still going door to door. I'm seeing a lot of folks, meeting a lot of great people here in Washington County.
You know, midterm election cycle, typically not as big, obviously, as a presidential cycle, but it just seems to be a bumper crop of supporters. Typical number of candidates in the race this time, but everybody seems to have a very large army of help out there. Lots of red shirts with the name Whittington on it.
Absolutely. We have a passionate crew, a passionate following here with us in the Whittington campaign, where we're having a big time. We're looking forward to making some very positive changes, some things in the clerk's office. So we have a good crew following us.
You know, I mentioned that the possum auction was getting ready to start. It actually has already started, and you actually already bid on and won one of the possum. You know, that's one of the only ways that the Wausau Fire Department gets funding in the course of the year. They've got several events, but this one being the largest. So for what it's worth, and as a resident of Wausau, thanks for supporting the volunteer fire department.
You're welcome, and we do like to support the events in the community any way we can, and just had a big time, really enjoyed getting out, bidding on the possum, winning the possum, and shaking the possum.
You knew how to shake a possum?
Absolutely. That wasn't my first possum rodeo. We have shaken a possum before.
Yeah, what was really cool is they had those little baby possums there this year, or the juvenile. I don't know how old they were, but much smaller. They could bite you and not draw blood. And for some of the kids and for some of the women who were up there bidding on those possums, it made it a little bit more comfortable, I think, and they were kind of cute.
Absolutely. And we had some of our younger supporters that just love the baby possums and actually got to hold some. Really nice.
It's interesting. We took some heat this year in the press. I don't know exactly which animal rights groups they were, but there was a little bit of controversy over the supposed or alleged mishandling of possums or the abuse. Certainly couldn't be farther from the truth. I think that because we do celebrate the possum and the fact that it helped some of these local residents through the turn of the century when things weren't so economically sound here, that we actually revere them to a certain extent, and it's not an opportunity to mistreat them, but rather to say thanks, I guess, in a way.
Absolutely, to say thanks and to celebrate the possum and what the possum did for folks in the past when times were hard and times were lean.
Did you eat any of the possum?
Not this year. I actually have in the past, but not this year. I'm still a little warm to have a possum stew.
It's interesting when you ask somebody who has eaten it for the first time. Wide variety of reaction to it. Most people say it tastes a little bit like pork. Some say it's a little greasy. Depends on who cooks it, but I guarantee you that you have some of those yams or sweet potatoes along with that possum that they had there. It's an unusual dish, no doubt.
Absolutely, it is an unusual dish, but at the end of the day, a possum tastes like a possum.
Yeah. Somebody told me the other day that a possum is a flat animal that hangs out in the middle of the road.
Absolutely, we've observed a few of those through the years.
Well, what's the most fun part of Wausau Possum Festival?
The Possum Festival is obviously the people, just getting out and meeting the people. People in their own element, their own environment. They're so relaxed that you can be yourself at the Possum Festival more so than anywhere else. I mean, just relax, be yourself, and enjoy the people.
As we said to Governor Rick Scott Governor of Florida Rick Scott last year when he was here, this is an opportunity in Wausau to catch some people that you simply can't reach or have contact with through any other means.
And absolutely. And we were hoping Governor Scott could make it out this year. He did not, but we did see him last year, and I think he did get to meet a lot of people. Had a good time at the festival.
Yeah, initially his contact people in Panama City with whom we deal quite regularly thought that the lieutenant governor was going to be coming, and then as we got closer to the festival, they thought that the governor would be here. He's a busy guy, and we have to understand that he's running a campaign right now himself, so having to cover the whole state, how would you like to have to do that instead of just one county?
I can't imagine having to cover the whole state. Washington County is large enough as it is. Again, we're going door to door trying to meet everyone in Washington County. Hopefully we'll be able to do so. If not, we're trying hard, but I can't imagine going out statewide trying to meet folks.
How is the campaign going?
Going very well. We're getting encouragement every turn, every corner we go around. We're getting encouragement, strong support. So we'll get the primary behind us. I'm looking forward to November.
You've got an interesting prospect. When you're elected, you're going to have the opportunity to have some very compelling input into what will be the new Washington County Courthouse. Just recently, Governor Scott signed off on the budget allowing $9.2 million for the new facility, one of those once-in-a-generation opportunities. What are your thoughts about that?
Absolutely an excellent opportunity for the clerk to step in and have the courthouse constructed and built and designed in a way that fits the public, that works well with the public. Awesome opportunity. I've spent some time with the interim clerk, Mr. Basil, and he's doing an excellent job of filling the gap right now and in working with the committee. And just look forward to myself being on the committee and moving forward for the citizens of Washington County.
One interesting thing about your situation, and as we've discussed in the past, because of your work of what you do as a full-time job with the Department of Transportation, you actually work with many of the clerks of court in the area so that you can maybe pick their brains a little bit and say what works about your courthouse, what would you do differently if you had it to do over again. I mean, realistically, you can go into this thing designing the perfect facility.
Absolutely. I get to work with the clerks and the courthouses in the 16-county area here in the Panhandle. Have been for the last 22 years. So I've seen a lot of things in the courthouses. I'm in the clerk's offices, seen a lot of change. And if there's areas that can be improved upon, or areas that we can pull from each county, there we are. We're there. We're in position. We're ready to go.
Here just recently, I guess this week, I saw in the local newspapers that you had officially declared, although your campaign has been going for a while now, had a beautiful picture of you and your family. Best of luck going forward. What's your biggest challenge right now in the campaign?
Absolutely. Again, just getting out there, meeting the people, letting everyone know who Steve Whittington is, what Steve Whittington stands for, my background, my experience, my board service, my community service. Just letting the folks know who I am and the direction that we will be going in the clerk's office.
Steve, best of luck. There's still a lot of Wausau Possum Festival yet to go today. We're not even at the hottest part of the day yet, so I know that you're going to probably be out here for several hours. I know you're probably anxious to get back into the cool and be able to at least recoup so that you can make it through the day. Again, thanks for carving out the time. We've been kind of waiting to talk to you. Every time I come over there, somebody's got your ear. Part of the campaign trail, I know that you're trying to reach everybody, or as many as you can. It's a lot of work, but thanks for taking the time.
Absolutely, and thank you, Paul, and we're going to get back to meeting more people here in Wausau at the Possum Festival.
Here right now with Steve Whittington at the 45th Annual Wausau Possum Festival. This is, in my recollection, over the last 10 years, one of the better events that we've attended here. There are a lot of people, a lot of politicians, but just a lot of people. One of the best assets that this area has, along with our beautiful beauty queens, is just its friendly, welcoming people, all that make up that which we call the real Florida. Again, here at the 45th Annual Wausau Possum Festival, and we'll be right back.